Stay tuned for another episode of Life in Chaos.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, we're here.
We're here.
We are here. We're queer. Get used to it.
Yes, we're here. We're queer. Get used to it. Which one?
We won't
The
disappear.
black one.
This
Yeah,
is.
we'll
I
look
think
at
we
it.
can hold this. Table that for when we're not.
I'm sorry.
No.
Are you crying?
No,
No.
I'm laughing. I was watching something and my kid goes,
Look, a squirrel.
yes. I don't know if she was laughing or if she was crying. I was like, she was laughing so hard she was crying. It's
Oh.
like,
I do that. I laugh so hard my back hurts.
yup, my stomach hurts. My son almost like peed himself one time. Crazy. My dream job is to clean mirrors because I can really see myself doing that.
True. Truth bomb.
How are y'all feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, those storms that rolled through last night did a number on my head.
Oh my God, put me right to sleep.
Did you feel like the explosion thing?
Yeah, I'm so okay. First of
That
all,
was not lightning in Maryland that
no.
caused that.
It was rolling thunderstorms. Like am I crazy? Because I just heard it as thunderstorms.
Oh, no.
Your house shook, and it
The
was
window-
it was a different sound.
They're saying it was like an earthquake.
It wasn't an earthquake.
It was like an explosion.
It was
most-
like that.
The most plausible
Mm-hmm.
that I've heard, because I've seen people from Warrenton
Mm-hmm.
all the way to
Sterling
yeah,
Yeah.
and Southern Maryland.
say that a meteorite or a meteor. I don't.
But I
remember
think
which
a
one it's called.
meteorite hit earlier in the week and exploded.
Well, I'm figuring if you think about it, it comes through the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It'll break apart.
Yeah.
They're all still going to be traveling at the same speed, all
True.
the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that so widespread would feel or hear with different pieces falling.
That's possible.
And
Because
the
even though-
impact, if it was big enough, does feel like an explosion or an earthquake.
You know,
And
at this point,
it goes
They
away.
wouldn't want to advertise that if they go and pick up pieces for research or.
then somebody tried to say it was a jet breaking the sound barrier. I'm like, I've heard the jets break sound barriers. That wasn't that.
No.
Mm-mm.
But I will say this. It was soothing to me because I went to sleep.
Well, we didn't have like, we had some storms later, but
Yeah.
when that particular thing happened, there was nothing going on.
Well, that just, our earth was literally going to shit.
Well, it already, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
mean, it's in shit and it was going to shit. So, welcome.
But yeah, I
to
looked
the-
it up. A super bolt of lightning, which is what
Yeah.
hit in Maryland, it can be felt 10 to 15 miles away.
Well, there we go.
And
That's
it's like-
probably us.
Mm-mm.
No,
No?
not where it was.
No. Where was it?
Brunswick.
Brunswick's not that far.
It's more than 15 miles
Mm.
from Sterling, from
Well, from
Albany.
From freaking Warrenton.
I don't know. I woke up to a whole slew of like ring notifications of people like, oh my God, did you hear that? And I get so tired of this ring community because they don't know the difference between a gunshot and a firework.
Eh.
So I'm like, I can't take it for face value. But then
My dogs
Facebook
told me
was
either,
like,
but-
yeah. And then Facebook
I
went
can-
on and on and on and on. But anyhow, two guys walking to a bar.
Did it hurt?
One trips.
The third guy ducked. Rest in peace, boiling water. You will be missed.
Oh. Sorry. I just remembered. I saw a comment about the thing last night,
Mm-hmm.
and it was classic. It wins the Oscar for best comment ever.
Okay, what was it?
Chuck Norris was flexing in heaven.
I saw that one. I saw that. Yeah, he was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
talk ill of the dead, girl. What are you doing?
We're already going to hell. We're having a party.
We're
You're
going to
fine.
hell in gasoline draws and probably anchors on my ankles.
The devil would be like, "Oh my God, you're too bad to be here." even."
Right. Send my ass back to the living. When does a regular joke become a dad joke? when it becomes apparent.
I was going to say, I know this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm such a good navigator. A self-driving car once asked me for direction. Oh, boy. Well,
No, we're girls.
yes. Questionable for me. No, I'm kidding. What do you have to do? Wait, what?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you do to have a space party?
Oh, you plan it.
There you go. Do, 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 do. How many apples grow on an apple tree?
A bunch.
All of them.
That's true. It's true.
Anyways, all right. Well, today we are going to talk about what if it's actually coming together? What is that, you ask? Your life. Maybe life.
It's a trick.
Working out for you. What if it's actually coming together, just not in the way you expected? Because I think a lot of us are walking around thinking, maybe I should be a little further in my career. I should have more figured out by now. This doesn't look like the plan. The plan did not plan out.
Excuse me.
Was that bullshit? Great. Bless you.
No.
But what if the plan was never the point? What if the process is?
Screw the process. No, I'm just kidding.
Screw the plan.
Yeah. I need to understand what coming together means.
What do you mean?
Is your life coming together?
Is it coming together?
I need to understand what coming together
So
means.
why it feels like things aren't working. Let's be honest. Life really looks how we imagined it would be. We thought we'd be more settled.
Oh, settled? No. Richer? Yes.
More certain?
About what?
Life.
I think the whole point of life is uncertainty.
I'm
Quote unquote together.
I'm sorry, but this is all like rooted in imposter syndrome, and it's also really rooted in the idea that as you grow up and become an adult, there is a right way to be an adult. And the fact of the matter,
Syndrome actually is, for those who do not know, and I'm not saying I don't know. There are a lot of things I don't know. But we may have some younger listeners who do not know what imposter syndrome is. What is that?
imposter syndrome is basically a situation where in your own head you feel like you are a fraud, and it's just a matter of time until somebody else figures it out and you don't have anything that you have right now.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's a more psychologically technical description of it, but
We're not getting into
that's the basic gist of it.
Okay. Instead of we're adjusting, pivoting, letting go of things we thought we wanted, learning things the hard way. And because it doesn't match the picture in our head, we assume something is wrong. So,
It comes from a place of comparison.
yes, everything is either a competition or the pros and cons comparison stuff.
Well, I mean, it's measuring yourself against other people and what you think other people have going on when you don't know.
So that they see the outside, right? So here's the thing. I always say this. You never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Right. So you see what's out there in public in the forefront, but until you lived and walked a mile in that person's shoes and see what's happening, you never know the real deal.
And I mean, you can look at me, you can look at Elizabeth, we can look at you, and we look like we're doing great.
And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not. My brain is scrambled eggs.
Oh God, I can put on a good mask.
Yeah, like I admitted to myself just recently, I need therapy.
I have a really great therapist. I'd be happy to share her information with you.
Therapy, because although I always tell y'all I'm not a therapist, I'm not a therapist, and that I may help people in their moment and this, that, and the third, but I need to talk to somebody who's not in my immediate circle, right? Who doesn't see the things that are going on. With the many, 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 many hats that I wear and I put on myself, I'm drowning a little bit.
Mhm.
And it's okay to admit that. And, I'm going to be the first to raise my hand and say, I need to talk to somebody. So therefore,
So
I
do
am
it,
doing
girl.
what I need to do to reframe my chaos, right? So reframing the whole chaos. But what if nothing is wrong? Something is wrong. I'm not going to say something's wrong. It just feels out of place.
Well, I always heard nobody can make you. Well, I guess who was it? Eleanor Roosevelt, one of them. It's kind of basically the same thing. No one can make you feel inferior without your permission. Basically, paraphrasing. And I was always a believer of no one can make you feel bad for how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Like, that's completely valid. They may not understand. They may not process the same way or whatever.
Right.
But it doesn't make your feelings invalid. Because people are different. There's no two people that are
the same.
100% alike.
Yeah.
Twins that look, identical twins live the same life, basically. Still two completely different people.
Oh, 1000%. I have a coworker of mine who is a twin and very, very different from their sibling. And even if you're not a twin, even if you're just, let's say, an older sibling or a younger sibling, being so different from your own extensions of your parents, even looking at my kids are so damn different. But yes.
But yeah, I think I notice it's bad when I'm feeling stuck. Like there isn't a choice or a direction for how to
navigate your feelings.
Well, just to have hope that things will get better.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what it's in reference to. It could be work, it could be home, it could be a friendship situation that's not going in a good place.
Wait. I just thought a friendship situation. Situation.
Situation. A friendship.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And when I start feeling stuck or trapped, that's when I know that there's more going on here than just feeling overwhelmed.
So so part of reframing the chaos is, what if the delays are protection, the detours are redirection, the discomfort is growth? And what if the things that didn't work out actually worked out for you? Even the things that hurt, especially things that hurt.
Can I reframe it a little bit?
Go ahead. Because we're reframing the chaos.
I wouldn't necessarily say it there were a lot of negatives there. I think it's more about being in a place where you can be open to opportunity and being open to letting go of the things that don't serve you anymore.
Okay.
And some of those things are really hard to proactively do.
Yeah.
Because, some of those are
family.
Some of them are
friends.
Can be friends or family or your work situation, or it can be something as simple as it's a coping mechanism or a defense mechanism that you are comfortable and felt safe in and kept you safe for a period of your life that's not really applicable to what your life is now, and it's harming you. And being able to let that go and see that it, acknowledge it, thank it for making you as safe and helping you survive, but also realize that it's not helping you the way it used to now.
Right.
And that's a big deal. And that's
where we can we can celebrate the quiet wins, right? We're so focused on big milestones that we miss the small ones. Like you handled something better than you used to. And that's growth. That's, you know,
Well, and it isn't linear. You can go back
True.
and forth on it.
yeah.
It's more of a spiral, in my opinion.
You walked away from something that drained you, and that's what you just spoke on. You think differently. You're choosing peace more often. Those are wins. But we don't always celebrate them because we don't they don't look dramatic. They're not dramatized enough for us. Some people feed off the drama.
Mm-hmm.
They want nothing but drama. You all right?
Yeah.
You comfortable? You good?
Yeah, I was just never mind. Don't worry about it.
You're not who you used to be. Take a second and think about
Checking my
this. Have you grown?
Have I grown?
You grown?
I haven't grown since I was 10.
I'm not saying
Oh,
vertically.
okay.
Maybe not in ways that are obvious to everyone, but internally, you've changed. Do you feel like you've changed? Think back to 5 years ago. Are you a different person 5 years ago than you are today?
No.
Yes.
Honey, you're a different person from 2 years ago
How?
to today.
How?
What do you mean how?
How am I different?
Both of you are.
In my head, I'm the same. In my head, I'm the same, 12-year-old kid that
I'll tell you, again,
I think the things you deal with are different and your priorities are different.
and how you handle them are different. Yeah.
I don't know that I handle things differently.
You do a little bit.
You
What do
when
you see? What
when
do you see?
excuse me, I will say that I've noticed when let's take, for instance, North Carolina.
Mhm.
Okay. In the beginning, I could see the weight of everything sitting on you, draining you, upsetting to you, anger, all of it, all the emotion bubble, right? Sitting on you. But you got to a point where you said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and enough is enough. And you said, I'm done. 5 years ago, let's say this is the same situation, would you have continued the snowball effect of the anger and the frustration and dealing with it over and over and over and over and over again? Or would you be the person you are today and been like, ties cut?
Oh no. That this whole situation is different because he died.
No, I know that. And I'm saying, take this situation now and
Uh-huh.
take it back 5 years ago, and he died 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And how would you have
And
handled
how
that?
would you have handled it then?
It still would have been the
versus
same because like part of the was because who the other side was and the financial drain. We just don't we just can't.
But you were in a different situation 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Was it, yeah. I guess it
Yeah.
was.
Almost
But
6 years ago.
but no, still I would have been like I'm a cheapskate. Like I don't like to spend
I
no,
I
so
understand.
it still would have been like, okay, this is long enough. This well, and a lot of it was marked by when this one particular piece of it that I was on the hook for is done.
Would you have ended that whole scenario earlier?
So
I think I would have handled it the
Exact
exact
same
same way.
Okay.
I
Kelly?
think
Doesn't mean I've dealt with any of it. That's
yeah,
Oh,
no,
no,
I
no,
I was
sure.
I think that you probably would not have walked away the way you did because the tally sheet in your head at that time would not have let you do that because of the fact that you wouldn't want to walk away from the money that was spent. You
Yeah.
fully bought and
But the thing is, I'm still entitled to the money.
no, I get
No,
that.
what I'm saying is, as far as
I
your
just-
own personal internal growth,
Yeah, I think I feel like I would have handled it pretty much the same way.
similar way.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly, you 5 years ago, how do you feel you would handle certain situations that you have now, but take that present and put it back then?
I think I would have been more confident then.
Okay.
Yeah,
And that, I've been through some challenges between 5, 6 years ago and now
Yeah.
that really kind
I've
of,
been through changes in the last year.
Oh,
Last 6 months.
but really knocked me down hard, and have, it has resulted in the my journey on the spiral of how I deal with things and how I grow,
Mhm.
um, is at a point where I've not reacting exactly the same,
Okay.
but I have gone backwards into older defense mechanisms
Is
that
that working out for you, though?
no, it's not at all, which is why I'm back in therapy.
So, yeah, which it excuse me.
And therapy for me really works, but for, you have to find what works for you.
Yeah.
yeah. Therapy for
Um,
me does not work
was
because
a
like
great therapist?
I can talk about it. I've been through so many in my life.
Mhm.
It's like I can talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and talk about it.
Mhm.
I can't figure out how to step over it.
Mm.
They can't tell me that.
Right.
But it's like
Yeah.
I had some that wanted to create but
No,
I had some that wanted to create other problems, and I'm like,
That
no, we're not doing that. I'm dealing. This is what I'm trying to get to versus
Mhm. Don't pile on.
exactly. I'm like that. I don't feel like that's an issue, so I don't need to address that right now.
What if you're exactly where you need to be?
Whoa. Can we back up? What?
Nothing.
You have something to say.
I do not have anything to
She's on
say.
fire. Okay, FYI, Kelly had Starbucks today.
I don't.
She had Starbucks today. She's a little feisty. What if you're exactly where you need to be? This is the part that's hard to accept. What if you're not behind?
Well, and you can't be behind because you're on your own road.
Okay. What if you're not late? I'm always late.
I'm early.
We tend to be early, but it's not it's kind of the same thing. Who's to say what late is? You're on your own road.
Come on, CP
The reality is you are where you're
You are where you are.
Well, you are where you're meant to be at that time, right? Because
you can only be at the place you're supposed to be at that moment.
what if you were in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Um well,
Or the right place at the-
honestly,
because that's your road.
yeah,
Yeah, well, or the right place at the wrong time.
that happens to everyone.
True.
And you're faced with a difficult decision of, can I do this or can't I do this, and should I do this or shouldn't I do this, and you have to make the decision that works in your life at the moment.
Yeah.
And whether it's a relationship with a person, or taking a job, or making a decision to stay home,
I asked
or
my husband if I could take a job in North Carolina making X amount of money. He's like, nah.
um
No, what if you are at the right place
Mm-hmm.
at the perfect time for other people, but not for yourself?
mhm,
Been there, done that. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Have you felt that for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if you're not missing anything? I miss everything. What if you're exactly where you need to be for the version of you that's still unfolding?
Well, I think this is where we get into a want versus
A need?
content
Oh, okay.
or need.
Mhm.
I think that's a lot of it. Like maybe you picture for yourself, by now I'd be able to afford this, but is that really a need?
Yes, I need a house.
No, but I mean, like, you have shelter.
Yeah, I do.
Is
Yeah,
it
we're not
is it
living
the
on the street.
best scenario for you? No,
No.
But
but
honestly, right now,
Yes, right
with
now.
the economy and what's going to happen with the housing market,
Yeah.
and where you would be underwater with a serious interest rate,
Yeah.
Well,
or where we
wouldn't-
say, "I need this," but do you really? I mean, like, it'll be more of a really a want. There are some pieces of need, but I think at the very core of it, it's want.
yeah, like I want a Tahoe. I don't need one. My son said no more. He said, "Mommy, leave it alone. You don't need another car."
You got
I
one
want a
butt,
Lamb-
you can't
I
be
want a
both seats.
Lamborghini Urus. Like,
Why?
why?
yes,
Why?
I really want a Buzz,
You want a bus? Yes,
a VW Buzz. Yes,
Cute. Yes, I can see
and
that.
I would like to be in the new generation of VW vans.
Yes,
But
I want a.
And
I
my
want an old
philosophy is
bug.
until they get one that can take us on a trip to Massachusetts
Okay,
without having to stop and recharge.
honey, you still gotta stop and get gas.
No.
Yeah, if you take your car now
Uh-huh.
from here to Massachusetts,
the difference is it takes 10 minutes to fill your tank with gas and 2 hours to fill your battery.
okay, in those 2 hours, I mean, take a nap, read a book, go to the bathroom, eat. There's things you could do. It's
But that'll take longer to get there. I hate driving, so I get very, very tired, and it's
Well, now, at this point,
how about
we
you
have
fly?
3
You fly.
drivers,
flying's too expensive.
and it's only going to get more so.
Yeah.
That's true. Take a train.
Well, because sometimes when you drive, I'll try to fall asleep and I'll be almost there, and you'll start asking me a question.
Hey, at least you didn't pull the Final Destination trick where you're driving.
I'm trying to
along.
think if we've been there.
Driving along, you get behind a truck that has logs.
Oh, there? We've been there.
But yes, you have 3 drivers now. Okay.
And-
there's still only one in my household.
And I mean, you are like the biggest. You want to sleep the entire time. You are a passenger princess. You call me a passenger princess, but you're like, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, keep me awake, talk to me.
Yeah,
That's when you
And
start
then-
listening to a
so-
podcast, it'll put you to sleep.
exactly.
But
I mean, not no. Ever since I was a little kid, we could. My mom and I could be in the car
Mhm.
driving 2 miles to the grocery store. I'll
And
fall
you fall
asleep.
exactly.
It's the
and
car, the motion.
that's
and
totally
the-
fine. But it's like, I don't get to sleep when she's driving
Why?
because she wants me to talk to her the
Because
entire
I'm
time.
falling asleep. It's a
But-
safety. Okay, fine.
No,
will not do that
no.
anymore.
Put the kid in front and let the kid drive. Oh God, neither one of y'all will sleep. Never mind.
Oh,
no,
I would.
he's fine.
Okay.
Well, if I'm asleep, I can't see things.
Yeah, that's
But
true. You
beyond
don't
that, it's like, I don't have a problem with her sleeping,
see that.
and I will let her sleep for hours
Okay.
and not say anything to her and not do anything. But the minute I'm like, I need to stop. Do you want to get something to eat? She'll be like, I was sleeping.
That's not true. Anyway,
All right, listeners, we want you to think about something in your life that didn't go as planned. Now ask yourself, did it teach you something? Did it redirect you? And did it protect you? Sometimes clarity comes later, but it does come.
Yeah, you're gonna learn a lesson from what you're going through no matter what.
Yeah.
It's whether you're willing to see it or not. And sometimes it takes some time to be able to be willing to see it.
What is that? Eyes wide open?
well, or you learn the lesson. You still have to figure out if you're going to do anything about it, or
Mhm.
if
Yep. Instead of asking, why isn't this working out? Try asking, what is this teaching me right now at this moment?
Yeah. Or even what is making you feel it's not working out.
Or what is this making room for? Ooh, I've done that one before.
Mhm.
How am I growing through this? The shift changes everything. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it to yourself. That's been our common denominator here lately.
And do not spend time comparing yourself to people on social media
Oh,
because they're
social media is fake.
You would lose every time.
I mean,
they're curating a story to share with you, even if it's like not in a negative way or a malicious way. It's I'm putting my best stuff forward
Yep. It's
because
that
yeah,
mask.
nobody's going to show you like the truly horrific or horrible stuff they're dealing with at any time.
And even if they do show you that, everybody's going to say, oh, that's AI.
Mm.
Or, oh, that's not real. But if that's how they're really feeling in the moment, who's to say? It's like the boy that called wolf, or if you're in a forest and you hear, like,
Mhm.
you ever hear a tree fall? Um, you can't trust it. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Like, if you want somebody to be real and raw, but then it's like you don't believe it because just a minute ago they were fake and fabulous. So it's like double-edged sword. Damn if you do, damn it.
That too.
Mhm.
Okay. So here's your reminder. Maybe life isn't falling apart. Maybe it's just rearranging itself to fit the person you're becoming. Maybe the delays are intentional, possibly. Maybe the growth is happening quietly,
Maybe you're not ready for it yet.
and maybe you're not ready for it. And maybe things are working out, even if you can't fully see it. Life is a journey, and it is always aligning and realigning.
And it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Say that one more time.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
And on that note, we love you. See you next time.
Take care.
Bye.
Visit us at lifeandchaospodcast.com to learn more about your chaos coordinators and find all the ways to listen.